Yes. So good to see you. Good to see all of you guys. Today we are back again with another amazing topic we need to discuss. And there is a very particular reason why I am choosing this topic about women life and how to live a conscious life as women. Of course, we all need to live a conscious life as a human. And when it comes to conscious life, on that level there is no discrimination between a man or a woman. It's not discriminated by genders. But when we see from the practical life aspect, today we will talk on this topic of how to live a conscious life as women. And why? As because as Eleni was explaining, there are so many dynamics with the women life, and I surely trust that they are way more than a man life. And that is why man life, practical life, can be more simple than women because of less role plays and less hormonal changes. Now, yeah, that is what we will discuss on this thing. But I would like to ask anybody of you if you have any thought on this, or if you want to share something or ask any question, then I'd like to hear that, and then I will start. Like Eleni was saying, that why it is important to understand this. What is that you were saying, Eleni? Please say again.
About women.
Yeah.
Yes, it's really hard because I have to find some answer for my body, and sometimes it's really difficult for me to return to balance because in one time oh, I'm good, it's okay, everything is good, and one time everything is changing inside and in my mind. So I try to explain why this happening and how to return to to balance. And it's difficult sometimes, and I recognize it to other women also. And I'm trying to find the answers.
So, tell me one thing, that when you face any emotion, do you just feel the emotion or the effect of it, or do you also feel the origin of it?
Um,
Usually,
m- yes, usually
the effect of it.
I just feel the emotion. Yes.
Yes. Okay.
I,
Before doing my training, how was it, and now what has changed in that when you feel any emotion?
yes, it's different actually. Uh, uh, Actually, I was trying to why this feeling came to me. Why this feeling? Why? I mean,
Yeah. So now you are becoming.
when I say this question,
Yeah, yeah, speak.
yes, when I say this question, everything is getting more soft. I think it's like I'm here to hear you.
Okay. So, are you spontaneously becoming more aware about, of course, you are more aware about your emotions, of what you're feeling. That is for sure happening. But are you becoming more aware about that, why this is coming? What is the origin of it?
Yes.
And what is the time gap? For example, the moment you are feeling the emotion, that time you are becoming aware about the origin of it, or later, when you are done with feeling the emotion for some times, for some minutes, or
The time has gotten smaller, so
yeah,
now it's more fast than previous
now it's more
because
fast.
previous, 2 days and 1 day later, I
Yeah,
recognize it.
yeah, yeah. All right. So, guys, this is something very interesting. Please understand what I was when I was questioning Eleni about this, what I was doing. So, as a woman physical body, physical being is way more complex, of course, and then it remains complex in different ages. I mean, usually in the entire life, you don't get that kind of space that, now it is okay. Now nothing is happening on my physical self. Something is always happening, right? And then there are different role plays. So, and then of course, women are more sensitive about experiencing emotions, experiencing feelings, right? So all those things happen. But at the same time, women have an amazing capacity also to keep flowing through everything. So even if you go through many things, you also go through an amazing capacity of finding your flow through everything. Everything keeps happening and you still keep flowing, you know? So nothing comes as a deadlock or something that okay, now I cannot, in a very very strong situation, very rare situation, that happens, that I cannot flow through this. But somehow, from somewhere, the flow remains activated. This is also another capacity of being a woman. So what happens that when we talk about conscious life, the base of conscious life is that we start to recognize everything from the aspect of energy. Every emotion, every feeling, every hormone secretion in the body, every role play you are doing that time, or responsibilities you are handling that time, your age, your physical being, everything is energy. When we start to look at ourselves, we take a step back behind and we start to look at ourselves as the pure play of energy. And then what can be done? Then you become very empowered to find your flow in a much easy and quick manner. Sooner or later, women find their flow. But the problem is that the time gap, when a strong situation arises and when you get your flow, in that time is not simple time, that time is huge damaging time, right? And since women are more sensitive, they can feel emotions more strongly, the damage also they feel more strongly, and the impact of damage also they feel for longer time. So the quicker way can be that this time gap of feeling a situation and finding your flow, this becomes, this gets lessened, and then there may come one time when it becomes immediate, it becomes real time, that you are going through a situation and you are still finding your flow, and you are not giving time for the damage to happen. That situation is called absolute conscious living. When you start to live consciously, the time gap will start to lower down. And how this will get increases, that when you start to look at everything from the energy aspect. The first thing is, if you want to look at something, everything from the energy aspect, when you are experiencing any emotion, when you are experiencing any feeling, know the path of it, from where it is coming. For example, you can feel stressed or anxious or nervous. And if somebody would come to me and they would ask, oh, I'm feeling nervous. Yes. But this does not actually tell you anything because it's very generic. People can feel nervous from many aspects. Okay, so the first step, the moment you recognize your feeling or emotion that you're feeling this, you should go back to the path of it, that from where it is coming. Why are you feeling nervous? From which aspect of your life? From which role play of your life? From which shortcoming of your life? Or from which another bigger nervousness or fear from your life? This nervousness is coming. You getting me? So when you start to recognize like that, you will know the origin of it. And you will not struggle to deal with the nervousness. You will try to find your flow from that situation, that what is that you can do there. Okay, and why that situation is affecting you so much, you will understand that also. So see, awareness is a tool which we can use to make a conscious living. Awareness is your tool which you can use to find your flow in any situation. And awareness is your biggest friend to get the answers. We got to start using it all the time. And I know what happened, that subconsciously mind just wants to feel the emotion you are feeling. Mind wants to feel that time. And they say, oh, I don't want to be aware right now. Right now, I just want to feel it. It can be good emotion, it can be bad emotion. But you just want to feel that emotions. If it is good emotion, okay, no problem. But if it is tough emotion, which can cause the energy leakage, then if you are not choosing to be aware for it, if you are not choosing to go behind it and look for the origin or bring your consciousness in between, that means you are allowing the damage to happen. You are allowing the damaging time. And if by habit you keep doing that, which is what normal people keep doing it, the damage starts to accumulate. Right? For example, there are many people, many women I meet, or they ask me about, where they lose the capacity to trust anybody, or to receive love, or to face anybody upfront, like on the face. They keep losing this capacity, or they like to just be very safe, secure, cocooned in their own comfort zone. Why? Because of this accumulating damage. One damage happened when you were 5 year old, then another damage happened when you were 7, then 8. And women have in this amazing capacity of keeping the damages stored in proper segments. That is also very wonderful capacity. Why I'm calling it wonderful capacity? Because it can help you to keep your consciousness also in those, accumulate the consciousness also in those categories. So for example, if you have faced some situation in your childhood, maybe multiple times, all those similar situations, damage gets accumulated in that section box. It's like a huge vault, bank locker with different sections. So that damage gets accumulated in that section box. And then you are living your normal life, doing different things. And then another kind of situation comes, some more damage happens, which is from different dimension. So you open another box to store that damage. And then another. So probably if you look at it, you may have 20 or 50 different kind of damage boxes in your memory, known or unknown memory. And every time any repetitive block occurs, it goes back and get accumulated in that damage box. And then when those damage box starts to get more powerful, they start to reflect in your personality, in your being, in your energy system. And this is huge. Now, the fix of this is also the same. From now onwards, if you start to become conscious, if you start to choose to deal with all the situations in a conscious manner, the resolution, the flow will start to get accumulated and it will finish your damage boxes and they will become your conscious boxes because the same capacity, right? You already have those capacity. For example, if you are a mother, who is a mother here? All right. So we have 4 5 people right now on the call who are mothers. Now you have experienced it with your child when you raise your kid, right from the time you have given the birth and then infant and toddler and then growing up. In all these years, you already accumulate all the knowledge to deal with that kid, boy or girl, in different manner, and you already have that section stored inside you, and you really know, even if they don't know what is happening inside them, you know what is happening inside them. Why? Because you already have stored the consciousness for that. So you already have damage boxes and conscious boxes, both already in your system. Now, here comes the irony. A woman is more tend to create conscious boxes for others in her life, and she tends to create more damage boxes for herself in life. So when it comes to others whom you love or you care for, you subconsciously create those conscious boxes for that person. But when it comes to you, you tend to create more damage boxes. While it's the same capacity, when you start living a conscious life, when you become aware, when you start to walk on the path of meditation, you start to change these damage boxes into the conscious boxes. I have so many examples, so many, or in fact, probably you can relate with this example with your own life or the people around you, especially women, that they are always very good to others, but not that great with themselves. Right? That's true. Why? Because when you deal with yourself, you deal through your damage boxes. And when you deal with others, you deal through your conscious boxes. Do you see the mismatch here? What's the fix? To become aware without deciding where to become aware or not. Because subconsciously you decide that. With your kids, you are very aware. With yourself, you are not. Maybe in your job with your boss, you are very aware. But when it comes to take the self-care or balancing your life, you are not. So it is also new, not a new capacity. You already have that. So let's not choose it where to become aware or not. Subconsciously, you don't make a choice, but you subconsciously choose it. Make it one habit or one permanent choice that I'm going to be aware everywhere. I'm going to live a conscious life in all the aspects, in all the role plays, in all the age, in all the responsibilities, in all the physical, mental, emotional situation. So before becoming emotionally available to yourself, become emotionally conscious, emotionally aware. Because if you are emotionally available to yourself, and you are always, right? And that's the biggest complaint of women to the men, that they are not emotionally available to them, while they are, of course, always available to them. So this proves that you're always emotionally available to yourself and also to others, to your friends, to your people around you and all that stuff. And that's what I hear many times. In fact, last time when we discuss on about the conscious listening community thing. Somebody was also talking about that whenever I go to this friend of mine and she just keeps giving me lots of bad talks and it depletes my energy. So what should I do? So basically what actually you are doing is you are becoming emotionally available to your friend who is not emotionally available to you back, but you are, and you are just depleting your energy. And understand you have so many role plays to do that whenever you get any energy, you are so much emotionally available to everybody around you. Everybody. Without really seeing that what it is doing to you, you already end up leaking all your energy and you don't get or save enough energy for your own self. And this comes from a pattern, habit, conditioning, culture, how you are raised in a family or in a nation or in a culture, society, whatever it is. But nobody will take responsibility of your slow death. So there is no point blaming anybody. Or even if you want to blame, it will not change anything. What will change is when you stand up for yourself. And when you learn to become emotionally conscious, emotionally aware, before becoming emotionally available. And I'm again saying make it one rule. Same for yourself, same for others. So before becoming emotionally available to others, become emotionally aware. That will bring you in your stability, in your rooting, in your centering. And before becoming emotionally aware to yourself, become emotionally aware, emotionally conscious. And the process for that is what I said, that when you are feeling an emotion, ask from where it is coming, why it is even there, what is the path, what is the aspect, and then why it is affecting me so much. And what is that I'm losing by getting so much affected? And how long can it go like this? And when I'm gonna gain some energy from the same path. For example, if you've identified one path that you're most of the, and normally it is like this because as we all have done aspects of life in 100 hours, right? You guys remember it? So there are, we do these 10 aspects. So usually you have all the aspects are good, only one or two aspects are where life is really very hard. And usually you get all these hard situations from those aspects only. You need to also ask that if I get all my leakage points, all my hardships from these aspects, what what is the energy gains I get from this aspect? Or I don't get, I just keep giving. Because that will really give you great clarity about your life. You don't ask these questions. But consciousness starts from questioning, self inquiry from yourself, and then, if required, from others. This is powerful. Your consciousness has to be your power and not your another hobby, or not another good thing you have done or you have learned or something, because this is life. This is not another learning. It is not a simple learning. It is transformation. And this is the difference between learning and transformation. In transformation, it becomes the life. You change into that. In learning, it is just a learning. It's in the mind. It's your choice whether you will use it or not. And then, of course, as all the learnings are always low priority because your role plays more priority. And you normally don't get time to relate that, okay, I should apply this learning here in my this role play. Usually, this is how it works. And when it works like this means that's not a conscious life. In conscious life, You learn, you transform, it becomes your life, you apply it in your all role plays. So everything starts to change and the results start to change. That is conscious life. So rather than discussing separate aspects of what you are doing, for example, or as a woman you are going to puberty, or then conceiving or giving birth, or nurturing people, or going to menopause, or going through image consciousness, or self-acceptance, or self-value. All these things are just outer expressions, outer effect. I am trying to bring you to the core. Look at yourself as an energy being, and I already told you what actually happens and how it works. And your conscious life applies to all your ages, all your role plays, all your physical situation you're going through, all the phases of life. Because that is the only solution. Yes, the conscious life appears, looks different in women and different in men. And that's exactly why I chose this topic like this, separate. Because this kind of systems in men it works differently. So let conscious life means that let your role play don't define you. Let your role play not define you. That's part of your life. That can be your ecstasy also. That can be your joy. That can be your responsibility. Anything. But every role play must be your energy giver. It must fall in the gainer side. Then it is conscious life. And you got to identify the gap. And you got to identify where you are only not taking any initiative to fix it. Because this is also another very common thing. Ego traps you more powerful through emotions. And ego becomes more powerful when person is very easy in experiencing emotions but not questioning them. Ego finds its way. Ego will create a projection, and ego gives amazing victim feeling in every aspect. That's ego. Victim feeling is ego. And then when ego gives victim feeling, the internal system aligns with it and it starts to feel the emotions very comfortably without questioning it, without trying to change it, without really realizing that this aspect of life is actually here for my joy. You are here for your own joy. Your soul is here for its own joy, nothing else. So conscious life also bring you out from the trap of the ego. There is a aggressive ego, there is a submissive ego. Those who have already done 200 hours with me knows this very well, know this very well, and also 300 hours. So whenever we don't question, whenever we are just experiencing a situation, it is repetitive, it comes and you end up leaking the energy without questioning, and you don't take any initiative or you don't want to fix anything, you just complain about it, and in complain also you but you don't take any action to fix it. This means you have ego or your wrong sense of self has already trapped you, and then it is telling you that yes, you don't like it, yes, you complain about it, and that is the only action you need to take. another trap, and you are double trapped. Because then you think that in your mind that yes, I am taking action, I don't like it, I complain about it, but you are not asking anything why you are getting so much affected inside you. What is that you need to fix in yourself? What is that, if it is not working, if it is not fixing, what is that I need to do? Because when we, for example, face one, when we are going from here to there, in point A to point B, and we are driving and we are going to a road and the road is blocked, you just don't keep waiting there the whole life. What you do, you turn back. Yeah, you turn back and you try to find another route to reach to another destination. Maybe you go another road that is also blocked. Again, you will not live in that road forever. You will turn back and you will find, okay, I find another road. If, for example, there is no road to reach to your destination, then also finally, what will you do? You will go back home and be restful. You will accept that, okay, I cannot achieve that, but I go back my home. You will still not remain on the road in no situation. Either you will find another road to reach the destination, or you will go back home and decide that you cannot go, so let's forget about it. But same thing we don't do in our life. It is like we remain stuck on the road only, and we keep complaining about the, oh, the road is blocked, something is happening, and you keep living there. If one thing is not working, find another way. Find another way. If nothing is working, accept it and save yourself. Go back to your home. Stop struggle. Do something. Either achieve or accept. Not taking any action and only complaining and feeling victim is just exactly like living on the road, in the middle of the road for the rest of your life. Keep complaining about the blocked road, but not trying to choose another path, not trying to create another path, or not even trying to go back home in your own safe space without any problem. That, okay, I withdraw, I don't want to go, I lose, I give away the destination, I'll find another destination. Something. So if you can be a conscious driver, why can't you be a conscious liver? You can. Yeah. Does this make sense? Anybody wants to say anything or ask?
I just wanted to clarify, Eleni, were you talking about going through the menopause, like perimenopause and menopause? Um, if I can just give my perspective on it, I thank you very much, Dev, for everything you shared. It really hits home. Like I really love what you're sharing with us today. And the first thing I would say is, um, it's a natural part of life. And for any of us that have gone through it, I'm still going through it, but I'm on the last end of it. I think it's really, really important for us to support each other because it's very real. And the changes that come along with that, the first thing is it's not our fault because it's a natural part of life, and to acknowledge that, because so many times we feel dismissed or we can just get over it or just get past it. And when you're going through that struggle and you're not sleeping every night, or when you're getting your weight gain, or you're losing your memory, or you have pain, all of these things are very real. It's not in your head. And my own perspective, I took a few notes of how I dealt with it myself with each one of these effects, because honestly, I'm going to be teaching on this next year. And how I came in, because it's very true what Dev says, in that to keep taking responsibility, that doesn't mean it's our fault. And I just feel like that's so important to acknowledge. It's a natural part of life, and it's hard, and it's really, really hard. We do need to feel very supported and seen and heard in this. But there also is that part where we got to take responsibility, because, as Dev says, complaining about it, is not going to get rid of it. But here's how I kind of worked on it myself to help me really climb some of those stairs, because really, in essence, what it is like walking down the stairs. And sometimes we have small steps of losing estrogen. And then other times we get a big step of losing a lot of estrogen. And that's when we really feel those heavy waves. So, is it okay with you, Deb, if I just share a few points? Does that feel okay to you? Or
No, the thing is that we were not only talking about menopause, we were talking about the whole
I was being specific
conscious
to Eleni's
life.
question. She was asking
Yeah,
about
and
menopause.
yeah, no, Eleni was also not talking about menopause. She was talking about general stuff in life. Yes, Eleni?
Yes, I was talking about, I mean, and also hormone changes, okay, throughout lives.
Hormonal
I
changes
mean,
and
yes, even in a, yes,
so what
but
we are going
also the emotion. Yes.
emotions connected with it. So no, but Lisbeth, this what you were saying, discussing, we will do a proper program on that. We are already preparing that. So of course we are gonna anyway have a call in couple of days. Then we will talk on this because it's important subject, and I would like you to share this thing with the group, all those people, what they are going through. But current today's topic was that what we are talking about is in different phases of life as a woman, when different role plays in different age, right from teenage attaining puberty till menopause and more than that. So the full range, it's very complex and very much affected by the hormones. One very important point, as you said, is that of course it's not your fault.
Hmm.
And I said, yes, it's not your fault, but it's of course your responsibility.
I agree. Yeah.
So rather than keep complaining about it, in conscious life, what we do is when we include the consciousness, when we become emotionally stable or emotionally conscious, then we create a cushion between you and the physical compulsions, because you cannot change the physical compulsions, your, for example, hormones and different ages with different things, that it applies in everything. But when you are more emotionally aware within yourself, you put a cushion in between, and then you are more empowered to handle the situations, the hormonal changes and the mood swings coming through that, and other physical issues in a much more better manner, generating support for yourself. Because mostly what happens that women, and especially in some cultures like in India, women lose their support when they need it most. This is this happens very much, that when you need support from people around you, at that time somehow you lose the support, and you also don't find yourself enough empowered to support yourself that much, and then it becomes like a double trouble. When we talk about conscious life, it's building that life that whenever you go through any of these situations, you already have that path, you already have that flow, and you are more aware about yourself, and then you can explain the other also in a much better manner, and keep the support on from others around you, rather than being uh, completely alone. So, two major points. One is to create that aware cushion of awareness in between your physical body changes and your inner being, so that you are able to handle it in much more better manner. So that is part of the conscious life. Second is to not keep leaking all the energy onto your role plays or being emotionally available to others without having anything left for your own self, which is what I explained before. That is second practical point, that you always need to know that you have enough energy for yourself for whatever you want to use it for. and you need more energy, because probably whatever energy you need in a day, maybe you can allot, depending on your age and your physical situation, 30, 40, 50% energy to take care of yourself. So when you start to do this conscious management of your energy, that will really help you. Apart from this, for other practical points, of course, that's the third practical point, that whenever you need, go out and ask for help. That's very important. Many a times, out of, as just Lisbeth said, that of course it's not your fault. Many things, of course, it's not our fault. And even if it is our fault, it's big deal. We are humans. We can make many faults in the world. You are eligible to make mistakes. It's perfectly fine. Still, go and ask for help. Learn the skills to manage everything, whatever is going. It's not only about the physical situations, I'm also talking about the emotional situations. For example, a breakup happens. It may be your fault, it may not be your fault. Or it can be combination of both. Does not matter. What matters is you need recovery. What matters is that the breakup experience does not make you bitter inside and you still remain open for love. What matters is that it does not damage your being inside. You still remain loving being. You understand? So whatever is happening physically, emotionally, mentally, you still need to keep going and keep flowing through it. So practical steps are: become more emotionally aware. That will bring a cushion between all the situation and you. Ask for help whenever you need to. Be open to learn new things, new skills to manage yourself. And third, keep your energy for yourself too. Don't keep giving all the energy to others for no reason, right? Because that will really help you live a conscious life and manage yourself better. And then for all these specific situations, because it's a general call, we are not uh, covering specific situations, because I just want to bring the only today I just want to focus on the bringing the conscious life into any situation rather than going into detail with one particular situation and go point by point there. That we will do later. We can have separate sessions for that actually. But the purpose of today's call is just bringing the conscious life into every aspect of your life. Because if inside you are more stable, you are more rooted in your consciousness, you're most rooted in your emotional stability, that habit will also help you deal with hormones greatly. Right. Sometimes it happens. There are many, many, many. I had around in 2002, 2001, 2002, I had a female enlightened master guiding me. I lived with her for around 2 years. And she told me so many things about women perspective of everything, including the physical things and changes. And she was so amazing. And it was the first thing that, of course, whatever is happening in her body is not her fault. And she was so simple, easy, and quick to ask for help whenever she needed anything. Even from us, we were her students, or from anybody around her. And it was so powerful. And then she used to explain us that when you are aware about what is happening and why it is happening, and if you can manage, if you can become more emotionally intelligent that time, you would be able to handle your hormones in much better manner. And I've seen that. And in fact, I've seen that multiple times in many other female also around me. When they are emotionally weak, the hormones are the king. When they are emotionally strong, they can manage hormones. This is the power of conscious life. And this is what I want to tell you. Right? Any question on this? Three steps I've already told you what you should take. Develop a habit. See what you are gaining from each aspect rather than only losing. And your damage boxes have to be fixed by conscious boxes. Right? Yeah. Now we open for the questions. Manita, you had some question?
Oh, it's already been answered. Thank you.
All right. And next, why I took this topic today. That's a very interesting thing about it. Because we are developing this AI companion, and in that we are going to launch different tracks which can give the solution from A to Z based on my teachings and the energy framework. And we are going to launch the track related with women issues first. And that is why I am talking on this, because I've been working on that whole last week. And this is something amazing, because there are many aspects of life where women need immediate help. And if I have recognized that if they get the immediate help, they can fix many things immediately in a very simple manner only, because emotions start to accumulate, and when they accumulate they become big problem. But when they are starting, if immediately that you get a direction, then the flow changes and the solution happens, right? So we are already working on that, and based on that we are also going to launch so many different courses of different thing. And one course is for on menopause also, and also another course is coming up with to make you a menopause coach. So all that thing is working. That is why I took this topic today, and it is so amazing that but of course with you guys I can talk in very energy language, but when we go out in public we will talk in situation specific language. But why I'm talking to you guys today, because probably you guys can become the women situations coaches. There would be different things, so or already a lot of you deal with them. So learn the more energy aspect of it, and then you become much more quick and powerful to give the right solutions to them. And this, it's not only about being conscious. This also help them recover from their self-sabotage pattern, from their feeling not enough habits, all those patterns where they don't feel enough or complete, or lack of self-respect, self-value, self-love, all those things automatically will get healed with these three tricks which I told you, and which is the biggest problem. I mean, we see this as a main issue, but the problem is that in all the therapies in the world, people just handle them as a outer feeling that, oh, you feel this or you have this, okay, you have to work like this. What we are doing here is, as we do inside out approach, inside what we can do, which can automatically heal all these outside symptoms. These are symptoms. A healed soul creates a healed mind, a healed heart, right? And that is very powerful. So we live conscious life, we heal our soul, it creates a healed heart, it creates a healed mind, and it creates a healed life. And that would be amazing. Yeah? Any question in this? Or anything you want to say? That's it. So we do a meditation now. Good. Close your eyes. Sit comfortably. Feel very calm and relaxed. Place both of your hands on your heart chakra, center of chest. Right hand first, left hand above it. And feel connected with your sound self. Now go deep within your heart chakra. Feel that you are going deeper and deeper into your heart chakra. Now feel that there is a very beautiful source of light there. And this light is very soft and very powerful at the same time. So it's a powerful light, but also soft, not hurting, but comforting. It's a light of femininity, it's a light of feminine power, which includes the strength, softness, nurturing, love, and acceptance. It's a powerful and beautiful light which is illuminating your heart chakra now, and all the darkness is finishing. Accept this light in your heart chakra. It is very much healing. See, your heart chakra is full of this soft and powerful feminine light. And this light is bringing you a deep level of self acceptance. Just keep sitting with this light, absorb it inside you for a few minutes. Now feeling that this light will be there in your heart chakra always, giving you all the strength, acceptance, self-value, courage, and confidence. Feel good about it, say thanks to it. And take 3 deep breaths. Slowly rub your hands. Place them on your eyes. Open your eyes and rub the hands back on your face and your body. Come back with a smile. Namaste. So it's a good simple meditation, and men can also do it once a while to keep their feminine energies nice and working in harmony. Will give them more power of love and compassion. And for female, I would suggest do this for 1 week, every single day, 10 minutes, right? Do this. It will bring your female empowerment to you. You know, it's the entire energy and power of femininity. Because in India, we say female is Shakti. Shakti means power, right? So all the power of the femininity you feel connected with through this meditation, right? So do this for 1 week and then see how it is working, and you can keep doing it every now and then, not a problem, right? And at the same time, whenever you will do this meditation, remind yourself that are you living a conscious life today or not? Ask this question, that's very important. So your conscious living should get includes in all your role play. So this means you can ask yourself, okay, what would be a conscious way to do what I do as that role? Yeah. And if you come up with this question and also sit in this meditation, probably you'll get some insight, your answers. Okay? Cool. Thank you so much. It was a very nice, profound call today. Lots of good information. I like it. And hope you will live this and help others also. Right? Okay, I would like to listen to everybody. Just say something and then we go. Open your mics.
Thank you, Dev, for this beautiful meditation. Actually, I understand a lot about, we forgot we forgot, to concentrate to our hearts, and it was very important for me. So yeah, I got this for this. I must not forget the heart and the emotions that, gather there. Yes, thank you.
All emotions in a light form, in the form of light, right? They are here to bring light, not darkness. Okay? Great. Thank you. Good. Thank you, guys. I'm very, very, very happy today to be able to share this with you. I felt my feminine energy getting fulfilled also here right now. Thank you so much for that. So many Shaktis around me. And hope we all do good job with our own lives, right? Bye bye. Have our hug.
And
Thank
I'm
you.
good.
Thank you.